It is officially Tech Week in New York City, and if you don't know what Tech Week is, it's basically a week where a bunch of people interested in the field of tech get together and create a bunch of venues where people could just network and talk about tech, the tech community, founders, investors, basically anyone who's interested, and network with each other. It's a really fun time, and it's my first time doing Tech Week, so this is a video for the beginners who are not yet acquainted to doing something like this. I haven't done anything like this, tech related yet. If you watch my earlier videos, you guys know that I do have my IT certificates, and I do know a thing or two about tech. And with AI coming around the corner, I want to be fully in the know on what's around the corner. So that's exactly why I'm doing this kind of video. It's a new opportunity. You never know what new opportunities I could find by doing this. And I'm also doing it to help my own personal company represent for them and seek out relationships with other businesses for them. And then if they win, we win, and then in the end, I win. So unfortunately, the thing about Tech Week for me is I got into Tech Week kind of late into the week. I didn't realize Tech Week was happening at the time until I saw a TikTok that said it was happening. So you're basically gonna get just a day's worth of what this Tech Week is like. And the list in itself of the events that you could sign up for was confusing in itself. Like, there's like a whole lot of things that you could sign up for. I was going through some analysis paralysis a little bit because I didn't really know what to choose. But I think the events that I did end up choosing were a good fit for me. I will be able to extract a lot of value from what I learn here and put myself in the right groups that I need to be around. And I always talk about it in this channel, the importance of being able to talk to people. The pandemic changed a lot for us, made us very antisocial, so this is what I'm doing. The pandemic kind of changed a lot for people, it made us very antisocial, made us very, not wanting to talk to people, not wanting to network, not wanting to get to know people. But the thing is when you do that, when you isolate yourself like that, you close yourself off from the opportunities that may be waiting around the corner for you. And, that's not what we're about. We're about winning, seeking opportunities. And I know it can be scary sometimes, going up to a stranger, introducing yourself and telling them what you're about. Basically, within a few seconds, they gotta understand that you can possibly provide value for them. And those situations might go the way that you plan. Things don't always go out exactly as predicted, but at least you put yourself out there, and the results will speak for themselves most of the time. If people are able to see the value in you, then you're around good people. And if they don't see the value that you provide, you're around the wrong crowd. But yeah, I'm doing this, I'm putting myself out there, and I really much would rather be at home right now playing Switch 2. That new Mario Kart came out, but you can't always be playing video games. You can't always be wasting time. You gotta reserve a lot of your time to grinding until you don't really have to grind that much. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Working until you don't have to work. But yeah, for those introverted people, I hope you get that message through from what I'm saying. It takes a lot for people to get out their shell sometimes, and you may not know it from my videos because I do tend to speak a lot, and I really don't like talking to people. So I'm putting myself out there. Let's do this. Also, why do I always get unlucky with the weather? Like, every time I'm in New York, it always decides to rain on me. Like, what the heck is that about? All right, let's do this. The event that I signed up for was the this Gen Z event. I am technically a Gen Z, despite being at the very end of that spectrum. I still am. I think this event will be good, like, to put me around, other Gen Z people. Other Gen Z people who are probably in the exact same position that I am. So they're probably more likely to work with me or spawn new ideas for what possible direction that we could be taking with our lives. And I was just looking around the area, and I just realized I'm almost never around this side of Manhattan. I forget if it's actually one of the more richer areas in Manhattan, but yeah, I guess there's a reason for that. And if you wanted to see what was actually up and popping with the tech field, you'd have to go to a place like San Francisco, because that's where a lot of tech bros are. And New York is mostly for finances, banking. But apparently past tech weeks, that it spoke for itself. Like it spoke plainly like that, and apparently in past tech weeks in New York, that was the common consensus. Like, if you wanted to know what was happening in tech, you got to go to the west side of America. East side of America, it's not going to do you too good. But apparently things are changing now. It's becoming more and more important to be up with the news on AI. So, that part makes sense. And, that's mostly why I'm doing this, because you need to stay in the know on AI. It's important to be one step ahead. They're saying AI is going to take a lot of jobs coming 2030. And you don't want to be caught in that wave of people that aren't expecting it. And I know a lot of people don't see the appeal in AI. A lot of people in their 20s, a lot of people in their 30s. But the thing is that they don't realize is this AI, this technology that they're making today, it's not for you. It's not to appeal to you. It's for the younger generation. The adolescents, the teens, those are the people that they're making AI for. You are, by the time that you're in your mid-20s, early 20s, they already know. By the time that you're in your early or mid-20s, they already know that they can't convince you. Your programming that they needed you to be programmed for is done for as far as they needed you. This new AI, this new generation of AI, this new generation of AI that they're coming up with, it's for the Gen Alpha and whatever comes after that, Gen Beta. But yeah, keep that in mind when you're looking at news on AI. And I think it's definitely important to notice. And I think it's definitely important to note that whether you're ready for the change or not, it's gonna come, whether you like it or not. I think that's the thing that people want to get in their head, and it makes sense why most people want to just quit on their life. They want to just stop trying and just letting life pass them by. It's important to not just let life pass you by. That's how you know you still got some gumption in you. And I think it's definitely very fitting to go to a tech event specifically for Gen Z, because when you think about the span of events, the sequence of events that happen to land Gen Z in the situation they are in, Gen Z kind of caught the short end of the stick. They were kind of like duped into getting a bunch of student loans for college that they probably didn't even want to go to in the first place. They were just told to go to college and they'll be successful in life. And then all to work for all that just for AI to end up taking their entry level jobs. That's kind of messed up. The world kind of did Gen Z kind of dirty. So I'm very interested in the conversations that are going to be had in an event like this.